Life is a laugh, don't count, learn fast. Half turn a legend, turn a blast from the past.
Vince, what'd you make of it?
That's a win you need to have when you're going to challenge for the league. I mean, it's a tough. Newcastle always plays us tough, always, even though we usually come out on top. It's one of those games you just got to get through, get your 3 points, and
that's the thing. Immediately, retrospectively, as soon as you get the 3 points in after a performance like that,
yeah.
When you're top of the league, I mean, you can't have any complaints.
Yeah, it's huge. You just got to collect those points. That's what's going to come down to. That's what all the league champions over the years have done. It's maybe you have an off day, maybe it's raining, maybe you're slipping, maybe you can't shoot, but if you get 3 points, you can't complain.
Obviously, we've got the FA Cup coming up, but then massive away fixtures in the league, Stoke and Liverpool coming up. Do you think we're going to see a different team than what we've seen 2 out of the last 3 performances? Is this a hiccup, or is this something that the injuries are getting to us, and maybe a little bit of fatigue?
It seems to me this time of year is when we start actually kind of kicking on. Usually when the FA Cup comes in, we can get some rotation. Guys can get a rest. A lot of the players that get injured in the first half of the season start coming back. So I think we're going to start seeing things turn around, get some more consistency in the performances.
Winning the league. I ask this after every game, but I think everyone's in agreement now that it's probably between us and City. What's going to be different for us this year to be consistent enough to do it?
Showing up in big games, which is what we've already done. Beat City, beat United, and we really haven't had bad performances in the big games. So as long as we can keep that. And make
except for Chelsea, but we'll put that on the.
That's not a big game anymore.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
So as long as we can keep pressure, also when we're not playing those big teams and win the games we're supposed to win, it'll come down, and I think that'll help us.
Did he pick a man of the match today?
Koscielny. I mean, he scored the goal, but he played his ass off even when the defense was. They seemed a little out of sorts. It seemed like Newcastle kind of had their way with us for a while. So he stood tall. He played well.
I completely agree about Koscielny, but the person who jumped out to me the most was Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Campbell played great, but he only played for
right.
For
is he first choice at this moment, ahead of the Ox? Maybe not first choice if Alexis and Theo are starting, but should we be picking him ahead of Chamberlain now?
I think today was a day where Wenger wanted to see what he had in Chamberlain, because he played okay against Bournemouth. So he said, okay, this is your shot. He wasn't the worst I've ever seen him, but defensively, I think
it's more a matter of not doing anything.
Yeah, he doesn't help himself. He's not doing what Campbell works his ass off to try to make sure that.
For me, when the Ox gets the ball near the halfway line, he might look at his options, but more often than not, it's about just kicking the ball ahead of the defender, run after it. Now, to be fair, he wins us a lot of good positions because he wins his throws and corners and things, but Campbell looked a lot more decisive when he was out there.
Yeah, and he tracks back better too,
which
is a huge. When we're trying to hold on to a lead late in a game like today, Campbell was just. I didn't think we were pressured after Campbell came back. Newcastle had some shots, but not nearly as many as.
How much money would you put on Arsenal to win the league?
I think I got a tenner in my pocket for now.
Oh wow! Full of confidence we are today. All right.
Lover from another, new name every Saturday. Bright lights in the city, Broad Street matinee. Johnny on the jack again, winking at a West.